Bigbossjock radio show. Listeners are encouraged to rise up, confront the U.S. government, kick off the revolution, liberate the Confederate States of America, the Alamo, placed as the capital. Analyst assessment, episode 56. Video posted by NBC News entitled Watch Live, Trump Participates in Immigration and Border Security Roundtable. Posted April 5, 2019. Airtime 52 minutes 2 seconds. Enter into the clip 33 minutes 19 seconds. Before going any further, another mention, May 23rd, Shasta Superior Court, Division 2, 8:30 in the morning, May 23rd, 2019. In 2 days, 3 days, tick-tock, tick-tock. Running down is the clock. Being charged with 2 felonies, looking at years in prison. Facing, if they're familiar with the case, it's quite a level of injustice. It's time the ones who are making the accusations be investigated. And that's the Reading Police Department. That's who has me in that court. After 2 years of a protest, that's how they dealt with the protester. Took away the ham billboards first. Specified the Reading Police Department tortures. The signs they took, sexually assaulted by the chief, included a multitude of officials at the Reading Police Department. I'm facing prosecution. Seems like a high level of persecution. Time there be an investigation. Reading Police Department be held to some type of oversight. Held accountable for their actions. House assessment. Episode 36. Anyone who could be of assistance, I'd appreciate if they appear in the court. Be a witness. They see that knife worn on my hip in a sheath Monday through Friday for 5 months. Those coppers need to walk in and out of that office past that knife on my hip. They're also being accused, and we're being accused month after month after month. A protest, not held to any type of investigation, unhindered in their activities. The perpetrators find unfounded the accusations. Unheld to any type of oversight. I appreciate some assistance. May 23rd, 2019, 8:30 in the morning, Division 2, Shasta County Superior Court. 33 minutes, 19 seconds, entered into the clip. Statement made, USICE official. Let's go to 33:24. Yeah, we already did that in the last episode. I wasn't there. Won't want to cover that one again. It's about 1 million pounds, and we all know how that counts. All the drugs lumped together, except for one, 2,700 pounds of drug name. Everyone have the name spin in their mind. Not going to mention the name another time. Not if I can help it during the episode. 33 minutes, 24 seconds through 33 minutes, 32 seconds. Statement made, ICE official. Any reduction in these vital law enforcement efforts creates an unnecessary and unacceptable risk in our communities and for our citizens. I appreciate your time, sir. End of the statement. Presenter flipped hand sign, language sent. Canada wasn't much. Passed off the baton. Motion to begin for the president to go ahead and talk. Intonation, computer generated. Reduction in volume. The official trailed off. In turn, the impression placed was been told off. The U.S. president, the intonation during the presentation. Reader, in this case listener, give some thought. Who is our citizens? Why wasn't stated term of U.S. citizens? Are you part of our? Something to give a bit of thought. Will the country remain as one with continued use of our? Ask selves who made the production. Computer-generated deception. Feel a bit bitter about being duped? Don't be a fool. Bring about a solution. Join up with the revolution. Liberate the Confederate States of America. Do their part. Enter into the rodeo. Be a superstar. Part of history in the making. Foundation. Confederate States of America. Where tradition's worth preserving will be preserved. The revolutionary understands. They're a former Yankee. That way was a wrong way. Led to a road that is spinning out of control. Evil took a hold. Immoral style at the center of the theme. Yankee, the fornicator, instructed that being immoral is favorable. 33 minutes, 32 seconds. Statement made, dawn. You know you. Began first words such as so. You know you. The abstract. The listener must go into the abstract. Interpret you. You know. Statement should have been, so from what I understand, as mentioned, agent name. Reader, go ahead. Stay in place. Some more moments. A couple more, then a few. More assessment to do. Go ahead, continue. Before the end, going to be difficult not to open up. Already grabbed the guns. Headed for the truck, perhaps the trunk. Why bother? Under the seat tucked. One on the lap. Another in the console. Already headed down the road. Bit though more to go. Stay with assessment. Eventually we'll reach the end. Stop went the clock. No more the tick-tock. Time been to hop. Already down the trail. Hit that hit till there's nothing left to get. All the way to victory. When triumph has the revolution brought about the solution. Confederate States of America. The Alamo, placed as the capital. Statement made, dawn. You know you mentioned drug name, so you know we're working on a trade deal with China. That's part of it. They've agreed to essentially not going to be sending it. Analyst assessment. Viewer left confused. Entered into a backwards riddle. Dawn continued to state, criminalized. It's not criminalized right now. And they are going to classify it in such a way that it is very hard to send. Make and a lot of other things. So we have some pretty good things coming on. House assessment. Statement made. Use of the word it. Done with the intent. Program the viewer. Sleight of hand with the words. Any who choose, re-engineer the phrases. Replace it with a name. Replace they with country of China or government of China. Replace we with the United States of America. Then take a look. Do I review? Perceive the difference between the two versions. Statement as made conditions the viewer. They've correlates to we've. Deeds done by they have positive effect over the U.S. government due to been agreed upon, chosen to be achieved and acted upon by they, country of China, are in control, take action, cause effect. That should make the listener a bit upset that the USDIA is placing a computer-generated dialogue which plants such an idea into the minds of the population that it's a good idea to have the country of China running business here in the Yankee USA, making decisions for the U.S. government. Just right there in line, tandem, or is it unison? The decisions that affect the U.S. citizen by their governance. The country of China with the U.S. government, though going to be declared defunct, not the country of China, the U.S. government. 33 minutes, 50 seconds. Computer-generated action, dawn, pantomime, put hands separated apart. Sign language canned, compacted. Viewer accepts shortened version explanation due to the pantomime. Compacted. Repeated is the action. Same pantomime sign language previously was already viewed when pointed out the wall. Referred to the border. Reference to drug name. If a national crisis is declared, place the issue of drug name, U.S. President with executive power registered drug name prohibited. Such an action could be achieved within a matter of minutes. Order document drawn, U.S. President enacts with a signature, future date within due time. Crafted document could receive further amendmentation, though for the moment, crisis resolved. And wouldn't, again, evolve due to the Executive Order Directorate. Prohibited. No more drug name. No need to mention again the drug. So the name spins in the mind of the listener. The pantomime actions. So the listener in the abstract is associating to the pantomime. In the future, when declared defunct, bankrupt, no more money, if the person is cued on the pantomimes, they don't know why, but they're interpreting sign language being planted into their mind. Their subconscious is in overdrive, trying to make sense of the rubbish. They're being conditioned to take on these ideas that it's a good idea to have the government of China making decisions for the nation of the USA. They go ahead, listener. Take pen and paper and listen to the exact words. Calexico conference. Determine for themselves. Think out. Why would the USDIA place such a dialogue? Understand that the statements are not genuine. It would take great skill, much rehearsal, to talk such an English rubbish with the intent to brainwash. Every performance would take hours upon hours to get the wording just so precise. Clever rubbish. The intent to brainwash. 33 minutes, 50 seconds. Statement made, Dawn. We have some pretty good things coming on because it comes on, a lot of it, I guess most of it, comes from China. And President Xi himself told me they are going to, and we have an agreement. They have already started, so that'll help you a lot. Analyst assessment, statement made, good things coming on because it comes, a lot of it, I guess a lot of it, serves as a backwards riddle. See, if they want to learn about the backwards riddle, here's a good example, and it's quite evident. Coming on because it comes on, a lot of it. By the time they get to the second it, the reader or the listener, they need to think about the first it, trying to make sense of what is the significance of the second it. That's in their subconscious. And what they do is they keep going on. And they're trying to make sense of the dialogue. They're listening. And they'll pick up what is termed the fiddle. The fiddle will give them a tune, a catchphrase, that at a later date, they know what to do. They're right there to repeat the tune. There, them, the listener. 3, continuous use of it, completely unacceptable, done with the solo intent, use of heavy psychiatry, condition the viewer. After the 3 uses of it, tied with United States of America, due to first mentioned we, transition to it, tied to I, U.S. President, due to 3 times of it, viewer caught up in the riddle, ready to pick up the fiddle, comes from China, and President Xi himself told me. What's the fiddle? What's the tune? President Xi told the President of the United States of America. That's right. Statement made. Use of country name China, title with first name. Mention the President of China. Given his name association, respect with use of title. Evident who is known. President of China Xi. What happened? Told the U.S. President. One-on-one told the U.S. President what was worded you. Deciphered meant U.S. immigration law enforcement. Viewer needs to perceive in the abstract. Understood decisions made by China. Leadership by China government is good for U.S. law enforcement. With the trickery, the you, the we, the non-description of no name for the United States of America. Though very important is the country of China and the decision making when it comes to the leadership, the governance of the U.S. citizen. Viewer considers self included into the group with U.S. law enforcement due to or represented by the entity described. Accepted the conditioning are led by the authority, country of China, due to the trickery. They're being conditioned to accept such an idea. Through the use of we, you. 33 minutes, 57 seconds. Statement made, dawn. So let's look at this before we move on. There was one part when I was assessing. I do await that when the radio programs are listened to, if needs be, the listener can listen a couple times, but they'll be able to make sense of what's being phrased. Yes, there is psychiatry involved in the dialogue, computer-generated English rubbish placed to every program, carried out by the USDIA. It's quite a psychological operation. Assess the situation. Makes sense, though. I need to read a couple of times for it to make sense. For included the Bigbossjock radio show. Here's quite a program where the jock does more than spin the hits. Makes the lyrics line by line, staying with the rhyme. Our one only God. He's who helps me line by line do this rhyme. I do give my thanks, along with gratitude, for our Father in heaven. It's the Bigbossjock, momentarily signing off.